talk about it. Or like so many people are like, I don't have any employees like reporting into me in this job. I did before we downsized, but now I don't. Well, guess what? You can talk about stuff you used to do in your job in a bullet point as well.
Right. Even if it's their current job, but they no longer have direct reports, you still have a bullet point from 5 years ago when you had direct reports.
Yes, just put it in past tense. It's that easy. Welcome to Next Job Now.
The podcast where we help you get your next job
right now. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Greg Langstaff. I'm a certified resume strategist. I've written over 2,000 resumes, and I love helping people get new jobs.
And I'm Jeff, and I have a lot of questions about job searching. Together, we're going to talk about everything you need to know about landing your next role. Today, we are talking about branding and skills, specifically how to brand ourselves on our resume and to determine what skills we should be including on our resume. To recap, you've explained this before on the podcast, but if you're a brand new listener and you're listening to this episode only, what do you mean by personal branding and why do you recommend it?
Well, if you're brand new, welcome.
Yeah.
We are so glad to have you. What do I mean by personal branding? So right now, we are in a place where hundreds of people are applying to every job.
Mm-hmm.
Hiring managers, HR folks are forced to read hundreds of resumes for each application. And we are getting 5 to 10 seconds to impress them, to get into the maybe pile, which is like our first goals, from the big pile to the maybe pile.
Yeah.
In that 5 to 10 seconds, we want to brand ourselves so they can immediately see we are who they're looking for, we have the skills they need, and we're good at what we do.
So when you're talking about branding, you're not talking about template design, colors, any of that specific. It's more of how to frame yourself as a professional.
Yeah, it's not like branding as a sports team. Think more like your slogan and your key benefits as a person, as a worker.
Your slogan.
Yeah.
Make that connection for me.
Okay. So right under our name, we're going to use a couple of phrases to describe ourselves that I call our professional title.
Right.
This is not your job title. This is your professional title. You have full control over what you say there. And it's kind of like how a company might have a slogan. And we immediately know in those couple of phrases or one phrase what they're about. We're doing the same thing for ourselves.
Jeffrey Collins. Do. I'm enjoying him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but not that.
So what is a professional title? What are some examples and how do I pick one?
Okay, so you want to pick a couple short phrases to describe ourselves. The first one that we'll always use is our core function and our level. So maybe I am a business development executive. I am a regional sales manager. I am a staff accountant. Like, what do you do and kind of what level are you at? Chief marketing officer. Like, could be that simple. And maybe it's your exact job title, or maybe it's just describing your function and level.
And what's the intention? Like, psychologically, what are you doing with that?
Great question. When we give ourselves a very nice, impressive, and accurate professional title, the reader is then going to associate everything they read below with matching that initial description. This is the anchoring bias at work.
Okay.
Yes.
Anchoring bias.
Yeah, the anchoring bias is a psychological effect whereby our first opinion of something shapes everything else we're going to think about it. So our professional title is our chance to control their anchoring bias in terms of their opinion of us. That's why it's so important.
So if my professional title was customer service specialist.
Yes.
So then you're looking at that and now you're reading every bullet point confirming, yep, oh, that makes sense. Jeff's a customer service specialist. Here's an example, another example, versus kind of the opposite effect. If you didn't have professional title, it would be reading, could be like, okay, what's this guy's story here? what's the connection? Like you're kind of creating that through point for them right away so they can anchor it.
Yeah, and then we get control. And in the 5 seconds they have where they're first judging our resume, if they're thinking, I know I'm hiring for a customer service lead role, I see this person as a customer service specialist, that's all I needed. They're in the maybe pile, and we are going to take a closer look and probably put them in the yes pile.
And this has nothing to do with ATS. These titles are created for the reader?
These are created for the reader. It doesn't hurt your ATS score if that's one of the words they were looking for.
Oh, so it could be like a keyword too.
Yeah, it could be a keyword.
Would you update based on the job that you're applying to, or do you always have the same professional title?
I would update. I would update if we're applying to completely different roles. Like if you're applying to like the global manager of digital marketing at one company, and you're applying for like a digital marketing head at another company, like one title's going to be fine. If you're saying like global digital marketing executive or something, like that's going to work for both. You don't have to perfectly keyword match.
Okay.
Especially for this.
So the branding is kind of like the whole thing, right? So you can't just have your professional title and your key skills and then your bullet points always stay the same. There's a bit of making sure your whole resume is aligned and branded, whatever you're trying to, for whatever job you're looking for.
Yeah.
Am I understanding that right?
Yes. Like when I talk about professional branding, I'm talking about everything that is above your experience section. So I'm not necessarily talking about your experience, but what you're saying, which I agree with, is when we're tailoring our resume for a specific job, that's going to affect our branding very much, but we also need to take a look at our experience as well.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's talk about creating the professional title. So you gave some examples.
Mm-hmm.
You walked us through a little bit of that format remind us of that format again?
So the first title is usually your core function and your level.
Core function, level.
And then after that, we're just going to mention like either an industry that we're an expert in or maybe a couple of our other core skills.
Okay. So do you think you can do this on the spot?
Yes.
Confidence. I have some examples that I've made up, my day to day. Let's create Jeff some professional titles.
Okay.
All right. So if I told you that I respond to urgent customer complaints.
Customer service specialist.
Okay. I create complex process workflows to reduce time and drive revenue.
Process improvement leader.
I love to organize hilarious office pranks.
I would not mention that one.
You can't frame that in a positive way, like creative director.
No, creative director is a very specific and different job.
So don't use that.
I would say a relationship-oriented community builder.
Okay. I make sure 95 residents get their medication at the correct time every day.
I mean, I would probably go to wherever your nursing credential is if you are, because that is typically something on the nurse's plate. So if you're like a certified registered nurse, like, yeah, if it's medical or a credentialed thing, put your credential at the very beginning of your professional title.
Okay. I'm learning how to build websites.
Oh, learning how to build. Web development enthusiast.
Enthusiast?
Yeah.
Talk to me about why enthusiast. What do you mean?
Enthusiast is for when you love something and you are still learning to do it. It's great for students. It's great for people changing careers. And it's a nice way to say, I really want to do this and I'm not an expert at it yet.
Let's talk about skills.
Okay.
How do I determine if I'm qualified to list this skill? So this is a good bridge. When can I put, if I'm an enthusiast, when do I know I can now put that as a skill on my resume?
So in your key skills section, like there aren't hard and fast rules. I wouldn't put anything in there that you're not prepared to talk about or do on your first day of work. So like if you've taken courses in something, you've practiced it. Let's say it's programming with C#. You've been practicing. You've never been paid to use C# before, but because of the courses and the projects you've done, you are comfortable with that, you could use that skill on the first day at work, put it in your skills section.
Okay.
Yeah.
That feels like a nice baseline
Mm-hmm.
of determining, am I qualified enough to put that on my resume?
There's another rule,
Oh,
another guideline.
talk to me.
If you have done something in a job even one time, you can put it in your skills section
Because you've
done it.
you've done it.
And you can write a bullet point about it.
When we're talking about the skill section, what are we prioritizing? Soft skills, hard skills, tools?
Yeah, hard skills. So hard skills are like things you literally do in the job.
Do you have an example?
Could be proofreading, could be customer service, could
Okay.
be like inserting IVs into patients. Like the actual functional things are your top priorities.
Okay.
Then we have like technology and equipment, QuickBooks. Industry terminology, also important, like pediatric respiratory support. Like that's like it just terminology within the industry. And then the last piece, like I would deprioritize a lot of soft skills. Like in your skills list, we're not going to talk about organization, attention to detail, like scheduling and stuff, unless like that's a core piece of our job. The exception is like leadership related soft skills. So like managing managers, talent development, performance management. Those are, again, more like functions.
Presentation? Or is it like public speaking?
Speaking and presenting,
Yeah.
That one's fine if that's an important part of the job we're looking at. The key is to prioritize the skills that go in our skills section based on the phrases they're using in the job postings that we're applying to.
Let's do a little activity. You're a big sports fan, so I've come up with a draft.
Ooh.
The key skills, areas of expertise, draft. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, I don't know what that's.
All good.
Yeah. Greg and I are going to each draft 5 skills for our job. I got my job that I'm applying to. Greg has his job that he's applying to. We do not know each other's jobs. We don't know what industry. We don't know what skills are required. 12 skills. We have a limit of 12 skills, and we are going to draft 5 each.
Should we write down our like what our jobs are and reveal them after?
Yes. Okay. You got yours?
Yeah.
All right. Here's a list of our draft. Rock, paper, scissors goes first.
Okay.
Shoot.
No, shoot. Yeah.
You shoot? Okay. 2 or 3? Okay. All right, Greg, you have first draft.
Okay, I'm going to go with agile project management.
Oh my gosh. I will take people leadership.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Okay, I will select workflow optimization.
Incident response.
Okay, I'm going to go with quality assurance.
Okay. Cloud management.
Ooh. Strategic planning still on the board?
Yeah.
Give me strategic planning.
I'm going to go cybersecurity operations.
Okay, I'll take data analysis.
All right. I think that's it.
Okay.
Do you want to draft?
Oh, you get one more.
I get one more?
Yeah.
Crime scene processing.
That's awfully specific.
Yeah.
I feel like all the ones I picked were very valuable for most people, but especially valuable for this.
Okay, so you picked project management, data analysis, strategic planning, workflow optimization. I'm going to guess that you are applying to some sort of sport leader analysis.
I was way more vague than that.
Oh.
I picked the most common job.
Oh, tech bro.
Project manager.
Project manager.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I went specific.
Oh.
In my mind. What do you think I am?
I don't know. You picked crime scene investigation.
Crime scene, cloud management, incident response, cybersecurity operations, and people leadership.
You are like a forensic cyber cop investigator detective.
I am An X-Men hero.
Get out of here.
I'm going to get that cloud management Storm specifically so I can really make sure that our weather system is approved.
That's not the right type of cloud.
That we didn't say.
I thought this was going to be an educational game.
It was. These are great key skills to have on your resume.
Listen, all the project managers out there, I came up with a good list. If you're an X-Men hero,
Who doesn't want to be an X-Men hero?
then use Jeff's. No, they need other skills as well.
Do you have any other top skills? I got a whole list here. Accounting, ad management, ad campaigns. We got audit and assurance, automotive repair, brand design, budget management, CAD design, clinical research operations, compliance management, financial analysis, fraud analysis, game development. Like some of these are hyper specific, or what we talked about, like project management, agile project management, very broad. So you can really get in deep, crime scene investigate.
Yeah. You want a good mix.
A good mix.
Yeah. But like, I guess prioritize specific to your job. Wait, speaking of attention to detail, I don't think I answered your last question properly. I went on a rant and I don't think I answered the question. What was it again?
Oh, is there any skills that you think every resume should have?
Yes.
Great point. Thanks for circling back. What attention to detail.
Attention to detail.
Hey.
I caught a mistake.
Yeah.
Like there's stuff that comes up a lot. Like people leadership, whenever you've done it, should be a key skill. Strategic planning, yes. Like data analysis and reporting, often very valuable. Budgeting, very valuable. Project management for a lot of people. But there's nothing that goes in every single resume, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are like ones I'm going to pretty constantly.
Makes sense. And if you don't know what to put in, look at the job description.
All the words are right there in the job description.
Amazing. I think it's time for the unusual interview. This segment is where we ask each other questions that we hope you never get asked in an interview. Speaking of skills, Greg, what was the very first skill you developed?
Fitting my fist in my mouth.
That straight out, that was it?
Yeah, and I sadly can't do it anymore.
Would you say that that's a skill?
Yeah.
That's just body proportions.
No,
Because you're a baby.
I was a child, a toddler perhaps, and I was very impressed. And I remember getting some great reactions.
Oh, so it's like, at the end of the day, performance then, because you were doing it for the show.
I was certainly bragging about it a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Fist in mouth.
Yeah, I remember
I'm really good at putting my foot in my mouth.
With your hip flexibility, I assume that's an analogy.
Yeah, not physical.
No. Yeah. The day my sister was born, I have two memories. One is like being told she was born, and the other was
putting the fist in your mouth?
Telling everyone I could put my full fist in my mouth. At like 3 years old.
Hey, baby sis, look what I can do.
It's the first thing she knew about me.
Yeah, welcome to this world.
All right, Jeff. It's 11:52 a.m.
Love it.
What are you feeling for lunch?
Oh my goodness. I always love either a burger or a burrito.
All right. Well, we have both of those options very close by.
Yeah.
All right. If you can tell, I'm thinking food right now.
I'm getting hungry. All right. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Next Job Now. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, send to a friend who's looking for a job. We really enjoy making these. We would appreciate a rating. Give us 5 out of 5 if you are loving these.
Yes. And if you're not loving these, why are you watching to the end? Find something that brings you joy.
Yeah. Don't forget to grab some free resources off of Greg's website, greglangstaff.com. And join us next time where we're going to break down complex work history and how to list that on your resume.
That'll be a very good one.
I'm excited.
Cool.
Take care.